This weekend, a legendary name in Leeds is being revived, and it means you get to ride on some classic buses to some of the city's top tourist attractions. 4 of the old Black Prince buses will be on the streets again. Now, the firm was bought out by First Group in 2005, but on Sunday they'll be taking people to Thwaites Mill, the Middleton Railway and Leeds Industrial Museum. I'd like you to meet the man who has brought this brand back to life. It's Bradley McMullen from Morley. Bradley, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem.
Now tell me, well, in fact, let's start right at the beginning. For people who don't, we shouldn't assume everybody is aware of the Black Prince bus. Just give us a very brief history. What are Black Prince buses?
Yeah, a bit of history about the company then. The company was started in 1969 by Brian Crowther. It started in Morley. He was a Morley man. He bought actually an Isle of Man bus, a double-decker, in 1968 for preservation, and from that he bought a coach, linked up with his friend Bert Colley in 1969. They started with one coach, and the name Black Prince was born. It was inspired by the statue in City Square, and from that they went into doing bingo contracts, kind of works journeys with coaches. In 86, when the deregulation happened with bus services, Brian decided to move into local bus work as well. His 2 kids, David and Katie, designed the famous red and yellow colours that were inspired by his original Isle of Man bus. And it kind of developed from 86. They had a huge network operating around really the whole of West Yorkshire, based in Morley.
So many people listening to this will have at the very least seen, but probably sat on and taken a journey on one of these Black Prince buses.
I would imagine so, yes, yeah. From, kind of the feedback that we've had since we started, like you said, resurrecting the Black Prince name has been amazing. Stories that people tell of the business, people that used to go on Brian's coach trips abroad. They used to do holiday packages all over Europe. So it was really an interesting operation from an enthusiast point of view, and from the travelling public who likes the friendly kind of drivers, the family atmosphere of the business.
I'm going to pinch your word here, enthusiast. How long have you been enthusiastic about Black Prince buses?
I've been enthusiastic about transport pretty much all my life,
right,
since my mum and dad bought me a train set when I was a little kid, and it kind of developed from there. Black Prince buses, we moved to Morley when we were kids, and that's when I first kind of set eyes on one of Brian's buses. They were different to everything else. Bright colours, different types of vehicle that I'd not seen anywhere else. And it kind of went from there, really. When I was probably about 12 years old, I kind of got involved with the company. On weekends, days off school, I actually got given a staff pass by Brian and his wife Sheila. And because I knew all the routes that the company operated, they used to get me in on my days off school to actually show the new drivers around the routes. So,
as a 12-year-old, you were showing...
as a young kid, yeah. A lot of the drivers, if anyone's listening from Black Prince, they'll know me well. And, I was a bit of a mascot probably for the company. And,
right. That's brilliant.
Yeah, sure.
And you've got 4 of the buses now?
Yeah, so myself, I've got 3 Mercedes single-deckers, and I've actually got the old tow truck that... Brian and Dave used to run in the early to mid-90s. That's a 1948 Leyland. It started life as a double-decker and got cut down and made into a tow truck at some stage in its career. So we've got that as a long-term restoration project as well. And there's various other Black Prince buses that are preserved all around the country by other people.
How do you use them? What do they? They're not just gathering dust, are they?
No, I do as much as I can with them. It doesn't do all vehicles any good kind of sitting around. So I do as much as I can to keep the buses out on the road as much as I can afford to do. I've over the past kind of 4 years, I've tried my best to get the buses out in the community as well, doing community things. We started running a free bus service on Christmas Day in 2015, which we run between Morley, Leeds, and then linking up to the hospitals every 2 hours. So that's taken off quite well. We did a New Year's Day service this New Year in conjunction with the White Rose Centre.
Because buses aren't running, are they?
Buses aren't running on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, so that's really nice to actually get them back on the ground in Morley where they belong. And this year it's actually, as I said, 1969 was when the company started, so it's 50th anniversary this year. So we've been doing lots of running events in conjunction with Morley Town Council and other preservation groups to kind of commemorate 50 years of the company.
Tell us what you're doing this weekend and how people can get themselves back on a Black Prince bus.
Yeah, this weekend it is the Leeds Running Day. It is kind of a collaboration between myself, Classic Connections at Bradford. That's the organisation that owns all the old Wallace Arnold coaches. Various other preservation groups and all the Leeds museums. We are going to be running between Thwaite Mills Watermill, the Middleton Railway, into the town centre and over to Armley Industrial Museum. Frequent bus service using classic vehicles from Black Prince, of course, Leeds City Transport, Metro, Yorkshire Rider, Wallace Arnold, West Yorkshire, all the old names that people are going to love to have a ride on the vehicles and reminisce. It's going to be a really good day out. The buses are all free to ride on, and the museums actually offer, buy one get one free.
Right.
So it's a cheap day out for a family.
Do you get to drive a bus? So you're driving a bus, I presume, then, are you?
I might be. I'm going to try and delegate the driving, and I'll be kind of keeping an eye on everything down at Thwaite Mills on Sunday and making sure the best I can that everything runs to time. I'll be Inspector Blakey if you want.
Okay. I won't get you to do your best eye at you, Bradley. Lovely to meet you, and you're obviously very passionate, Bradley. Thank you ever so much for coming in and sharing that with us. Bradley McMullen from Morley. Get yourself on a Black Prince bus then this weekend. People can get details very briefly where's the best place?
I've got my own website. It's blackprincebuses.co.uk.
Smashing. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.